Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie. I post a lot of beauty related content right here, so if that's the kind of content you like, please subscribe down below. Now, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 2. In this video, we are going to be doing another review on Friends Series 2 in collaboration with Revolution. I've done the Lobster palette because that was my absolute fave palette. Now we're actually going to be playing with the Taxi palette. The Mirror palette or the Open the Door palette is just not my favourite, so we're going to be playing with the Taxi palette. I've already shown you what the Taxi palette looks like in my reveal video, so now let's just dive straight into this. This is what the palette looks like right here. It is just, I don't know if it's got another name, but it is the Taxi palette. It is heavy duty, this palette. This bit's foam, but this bit's like really hard. And then this is like a 3D effect, just like the Lobster one. This is what it looks like. It actually has Taxis imprinted in all the matte shades, and it just looks incredible. So I thought, different to how I did the Lobster video, should we swatch it first? So we're going to start off with the top four. Not as soft as the Lobster palette. Definitely not as soft. That is the first four. Now we're going to swatch the second row here. I'm hoping the shimmers work as well as the Lobster ones did. They should do, look at that. Now the shimmers are getting softer. Those two shades look identical. And the two shades, these four shades just look identical. Ooh. Is it me? I think that one's a little bit darker and that one's a little bit lighter, but they're literally identical. Now let's do this third row. Also, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, please go and follow my Facebook account, my group. I will be doing a lot more content for you guys that follow that group. These are the next row, just down here. A bit more cooler tone. Yeah, the shimmers are softer again. And that's the last two in that row. Time to swatch the last row. Oh, this blue is so soft. They've got a few formulas in here. So they've got actually like pressed shimmers and then like that really silky shimmer in there. But these are all the shades. Must admit, the top didn't like grab me. This kind of section grabs me. But what I'm not happy about is the fact that there seems to be doubles. Like these. Literally so similar. This one and then these two. It's like they've duped themselves. Okay, Beauty Bay's base is all on. I actually don't know what I'm doing with this palette. I feel like a neutral eye is the way to go. So maybe let's start off with Mother Hen. I feel like this is going to be another neutral eye look, which is a shame. If it's going to be neutral, it's going to be blown out. And guys, just trust the process, I promise you. I like that. I feel like we're going to use every matte in this palette because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes. So we're just going to use every matte, and the next shade I'm going to go for is Sailing down here. The last brush was a PC10, now we're taking a PC37, which is a little bit more dense and defined. Now I want to go in with the last one, which is the black. I'm going to put a tiny bit, seeing as Sailing didn't want to blend too well. There's a lot of kickback in that shade. I'm just going to blend it out with a clean brush. It's blended out much better that way. There's one matte I'm not going to use, is 1994 up here. It's a bit more like mustardy and it's not going to go, but I am going to use the shade College, blend out the edges under my brow bone, which is like an off-white shade. And you know what, for my lid I'm thinking of going in with My Sandwich or Pizza. And this is the My Sandwich that is double Y's, like My Sandwich. So this is My Sandwich and this is Pizza. I think we're going to go for Pizza. Might as well use a blue in it. I don't think I've used blue and Jodie will like that. She loves blue. Let's hope this works as well as their other shade in the Lobster palette. It's like one of those putty feeling ones. Yep, it's working. Working really well. You're going to have to keep digging your brush in. It's not working as great as the Lobster palette one, but it is there and you can see it. Look at that. That is insane. And then we're just going to blend it out with what was left on the, actually no, with that really big fluffy Lottie London brush. I'm super impressed with this. I like the blend on this eye better, but I like how blown out this is better. Just going to do this other eye off camera eyeliner. I'm going to do my base and then we're going to come back and we're going to use a bit of that coffee palette. I'm literally just using the coffee palette. I'm using this shade here called Chai. So you got your highlights, your powders and your bronzers. And my microphone wasn't on when I started filming this clip. I was saying that my skin's a little bit dry. I don't know why, and that rhymes. But it is dry. But this is blending out quite nicely, to be fair. Let's get it right up in my hairline. Brilliant. It's looking really patchy here. Okay, that took some blending. That is very harsh. I'm gonna grab my Bloom blush again from Beauty Bay, because this is a really nice blush. Look, dust it off on your hand because look how pigmented it is. Just look like a clan. I'm gonna have to powder over a bit. Okay, that is much better. We're going to take the shade Flat White as my highlight, of course. The more gold shade. Wow. Wow. If you're medium skin tone, that is going to look amazing on you. I'm kind of in the middle of light to medium at the moment. Just dab that in with me blender. Melt that into the skin. So far, love the palette, very pigmented, use a light hand. This costs £20 as well, but remember I did have like offers, so I will be doing a full video of this, and sneak peek, I'll be using this not just on my face but on my eyes as well. So this is what it looks like and this is how it performs. Very impressed. But let's get back into the eyeshadow palette. I really don't want to ruin this by going under the eyes, so I'm just going to take the shade 236, which is this shade here in the inner corner. This is a spongy shade as well. This is a PC40 and that worked really well for the highlight. Okay, lips. Just going to put Natural Collection lip liner on in brown and then Revolution Pro in cashmere do my eyebrows and come back with my final thoughts. This is the finished look. What do you think? I like it. Like, I didn't think, sorry, I fucked up there with my eyeliner. I didn't think I would, because like there's not much you can do with the palette that I feel like I couldn't have done with the Lobster palette. But then these pops of blue really came through. Like, they look lovely on the eyes. The neutrals are amazing. There's a couple of formulas in here. You've got that really putty formula, then you've got like their normal shimmer shades, then you've got their mattes. So you've got a couple of formulas in here, and I'm really in love with this palette. The layout of the palette is nice. I feel like maybe a couple of more shades could have fitted in here, because like even there, I feel like a couple more shades could have fitted in there. Maybe they could have got a bit more mattes in there. This 1994 shade, I really don't know what I would do with it, because it's kind of like, I don't know, like a transition shade, but just not one that I would use. It is a lovely palette, but I feel like if you've got the Lobster palette, you might not need this, and if you've got this, you might not need the Lobster. But the thing with the Lobster palette is it's got so many more mattes in, whereas this has literally got 5 and I've used 4 of them. It's lovely. I'd say it is worth £20 just for the fact that you can have it as like a centerpiece. And for those, like, if you haven't got any of the other palettes, for the shimmers that are like the putty feeling ones, they go on really well. I absolutely love those colours. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Now, I will be testing the mirror palette next, and then we're going to do the coffee palette. So I will see you soon, guys. Bye.
Merry Christmas!